Hi, friends. All right, we are going to be learning about reducing, reusing, and recycling because Earth Day is coming up. And it's very important that we all know how to take care of our planet and take care of our Earth because we only get one Earth and we have to live here forever and we have to share it with every single person that lives on this planet. So now that you watched the brain pop, I wanted to read you a book called Why Should I Recycle? Why Should I Recycle? And this is illustrated by Mike Gordon. There is no author listed, which is very weird. It says a lot. Oh, there she is. This is Why Should I Recycle? The author is Jen Green. So it's written by Jen Green, illustrated by Mike Gordon. Why should I recycle? On our way to school, we always pass Mr. Jones' house. Mr. Jones is our teacher. One day, we saw him putting a special box with cans, bottles, and papers by the gate. And then the speech bubble says, "What are you doing?" "This box is for recycling. All these things are taken away and used again," said Mr. Jones. Recycling? What's recycling? I'll explain at school. Look at the dog. The doggy's little thought bubble is showing him on a unicycle. And over here, he's helping out. Mr. Jones took the class to a recycling center. It had separate containers for bottles, cans, plastic, clothes, and paper. "What do you think happens to all the glass that goes in here?" asked Mr. Jones. This is really cool. And actually, tomorrow you're going to see a video of a recycling center that I found. "It all gets broken down to make new shiny bottles." "And guess what happens to all the cans that go in here?" asked Mr. Jones. And look at her thought bubble. So all that bottle is breaking down and creating new bottles. "They get melted down to make new metal things, such as bikes and scooters." Did you know that? Did you know that the cans that you use, a lot of cylinders that we found, like this, get broken down and can be used to make new things like bikes and scooters? And a lot of plastic can be used to make new toys and even playgrounds, which is pretty cool. "And what about the paper and plastic that goes in here and here?" Mr. Jones asked. And these kids say, "Wow." "The paper gets shredded and used to make new books and comics. All these things come from garbage we just throw away?" "Yeah. This plastic can be used to make all kinds of things, including clothes. You might be wearing some," said Mr. Jones. "So why waste waste?" So basically what's happened is people are taking stuff that is trash to them. And if it's made out of plastic, glass, or aluminum, it's being broken down to make new things. And that way we don't have a lot of trash on our planet. What happens is we've created these landfills. Landfills are huge holes in the ground where all of our trash is going. So it's really important that we're able to take some of that trash and not put it in the landfill by either donating it to a donation center or recycling it so they can make new things out of it. And that way it reduces the amount of trash on our planet. Most of the garbage we put in the trash can gets buried in dumps that spoil the countryside. This is what I was talking about. This is a landfill. "It's good to recycle as much as you can," said Mr. Jones. "So what else can we recycle?" "Clothes, books, and toys that you don't want can all be taken to a secondhand store," explained Mr. Jones. Ooh, I have a connection actually. Look at that one. Every time my children grow out of their clothes or I'm not wearing something anymore that's in my closet, we always bag it up and we take it to either the Goodwill store or there's a Jewish Women's Foundation, and we take it there, and people that don't need new clothes necessarily, they go and they can buy their clothes there, and they're less expensive, but it's also creating less trash. Have you ever given away your clothes to somebody else? I know that I've given Lily's clothes to one of my students before because they'll fit her. And I love to get clothes from Michael, from my friend. My friend gives me all of her son's old clothes so Michael can wear them. And I love that because then I don't have to buy new clothes and I'm not making so much trash in the world. So think about it. Do you ever donate anything of yours, any toys or any clothes? Do you ever give it to somebody else? So your trash becomes somebody else's treasure. That's a saying. Your trash can be someone else's treasure. They love it. The food we buy at supermarkets comes in packages. That can often be used again. Don't waste, Mom. I told Mom and Dad about our trip to the recycling center. Now we buy recycled things at the store. Recycled paper helps save trees. And I bet a bunch of the paper you already have is recycled and you don't even know it. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to see if I can find a video of how the paper gets shredded, processed, and then pressed into new sheets. It's pretty fascinating. We always recycle the plastic bags too. We brought our own bags, thanks. Now, I hope all of your parents should have bags that they use at the grocery store. In fact, the coronavirus is the one thing that happened where they said we're not supposed to bring our bags to the grocery store anymore. But the reason we were bringing our bags is because we don't want to create all that extra trash on the earth. And when this whole coronavirus is done, I'm sure we'll be able to bring our bags back to the store. But I think about bags in your lunch and how so many of you bring reusable containers. Like Theo has those little Tupperware containers so he can use them again and again and again, and he's making no trash. Koa brings in the same bags I have where you can open it up, take it home, wash it, and use it again and again. How about even a water bottle? A water bottle you can use again and again and again, and it makes no trash. So there are things you're already doing to help reduce the amount of trash we make on the planet and to make sure that we can reuse things again. We also recycle everything at home. Fruit and vegetable peelings get recycled in our new compost heap. I've actually done that before. My grandma showed me how. My grandma lives back in North Carolina, and we were eating strawberries, and she took all the stems and put them in her garden in the soil and told me it makes the soil really rich, full of vitamins and minerals for the plants. So I actually did that with some of my hydrangeas. I put in banana peels, which was pretty interesting, and that reduces the amount of trash in our earth. The compost helps my mom's prized vegetables to grow. So I know, Avery, you have a garden. Maybe you can put some of your fruits and vegetables that you don't eat, the part that you don't eat, in your garden and see what happens. Maybe it'll make your fruit and vegetable grow really big and beautiful. Now we recycle so much garbage. There's hardly any left to put in the can. Recycling is kind to nature. It saves money and it's fun. The end. Okay, in my house, I have 2 trash cans. One is for all of our regular trash that would go in the landfill, which is really sad. And the other is for stuff that can be recycled and turned into something new. So here's your job. After you're done watching this video, I want you to click add response. And then I want you to find something in your house that you could recycle. It can be an aluminum item, a glass item, a plastic item, or even something you could donate and give away. And take a picture of it. And let's see how we're all recycling at our home. All right. Have fun recycling and saving our earth. Bye, everyone.